Hey guys, what is up? This is T or Tony here. Today's story time is all about how my friend got caught in my trunk by the cops. It's a pretty crazy one. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. So this story time all starts off in the summer of 2023. I was just inside on a hot summer day, playing some Xbox, drinking an ice cold pink lemonade, and my friend decides to hit me up. Let's call his friend DJ. My friend DJ hit me up and asked me if I wanted to come over and hang out and spend the night. So I hit him back and I was like, bet, I'll come over and spend the night, because I didn't have anything going on this day or the next day. So I was like, alright, bet, I'll come over. Let me just get ready. Let me just pack some things and I'll be on my way. And he hit me back and he was like, alright, bet, I'll see you soon. So I got up, I turned off my Xbox, started packing my backpack, told my mom that I was going to DJ's house for the night, and she was like,
Alright, be safe. If you need anything, let me know.
and I was like, alright, I will. I love you. And I'm walking out of the house. I put my backpack in the car and I'm on the way to DJ's house. So after like 15 or 20 minutes, I pull up to DJ's house. I knock on his door. He opens it. He dabs me up. And I walk into DJ's house, put my stuff down, and we're just chilling, right? So we're just chilling at DJ's house for a little bit. We ate some food, listened to some music, and we got pretty bored after a while, so we decided to invite two of our friends over. Let's call these friends Aiden and Cameron. So I hit up Aiden and Cameron. I was like, yo, you want to come over and spend the night with me at DJ's house? They hit me back, and they're like, yeah, sure, we'll come over. So after like 20 or 30 minutes, Aiden and Cameron pull up, we dab each other up. They come inside, and we're all just chilling at DJ's house, and nothing really going on this day, nothing really out of the ordinary. Besides, later on in that day, one of our friends, the kid that actually got caught in the trunk by the cops, he actually snuck over to DJ's house, and he stole his dad's weed, and stole his dad's bong, and broke it. So his dad was pretty pissed off that night, but other than that, nothing really happened that day and night. We kind of just watched a movie and fell asleep. So we woke up the next day, and we're just like chilling at DJ's house, trying to come up with a fun plan on what we can do that day. You know, we were hitting up people, seeing what people were doing, and there was actually a couple of people that were at the beach. So my friend Cameron hits up these people that were at the beach, and they asked us if we wanted to slide to the beach. So we all decided that we were all going to go to the beach that day. We all started getting ready for the beach, and sadly, DJ's dad was so pissed off about the kid that stole his weed and broke the bong the other night. Let's just call this kid Donovan. Yeah, his dad was so pissed off that Donovan stole his weed and broke his bong the other night. But anyways, we're all getting ready to go to the beach. We dab up DJ. And we're like, sorry you couldn't come, man. He was like, it's fine. But we leave DJ's house. We all got in the car. Aiden sat in the front. Cameron sat in the back. And then we actually went to go pick up the kid Donovan from his house, because he only lived like a street across from DJ's. So we pick up Donovan. Donovan gets in the car. And Donovan gets in the back seat. And we're all going to the beach. So we arrive at the beach. We meet up with the people that Cameron hit up. And I actually knew these people as well, because they were like kind of friends of mine. Not really close friends, but you know, they were still people that I've hung around with before and I knew them. So we hung out with them at the beach for a little bit. There was like this little bridge that they were jumping off of. And we jumped off of it with them for a while, did some backflips, all that type of stuff. And yeah, we're just having a nice summer day at the beach, having fun, going in the water. And we jumped off this bridge for a while. We got pretty bored. So we all decided that we wanted to go get drinks and snacks from this gas station that wasn't too far from the beach. It was like a 5-minute drive. So me, Cameron, Aiden, and Donovan, we all got in my car. And the people that we met up with, there was one guy and two other girls. They actually asked us if they can come with us. And I was like, I only have like 3 seats in my car. And Donovan, Aiden, and Cameron were already sitting in the car, and there was no more room for the other people. And they said,
Or we can just pile in and sit on each other's laps.
like a clown car. And I was like, alright, well, it's fine, because the drive was not that far away. Like I said, the drive was only like 5 minutes to this gas station. So Aiden was sitting in the front, Cameron got in the back. One of the kids that we met up with, he got in the back with Cameron, and the 2 other girls got in the back. Donovan decides to get in the trunk, and I was like, I don't know about this, but you know, Donovan got in the trunk, and I was like, alright, whatever, fine, the drive's not that far, we'll just go there and come back. So Donovan gets in the trunk, Aiden's sitting in the front, Cameron's in the back, the other kid, let's call the other kid Charles. Charles is in the back with the 2 other girls, and Donovan's in the trunk. So we all pile in the car, and then we drive off to this gas station. Little did I know, little did any of us know, there was an undercover cop that was parked in this parking lot, like hidden away under some trees that none of us noticed. And this undercover cop just saw all of us pile into my little tiny Mustang like a clown car. And we didn't think anything of it. We didn't even see the undercover cop. So we're like, alright, we'll be fine. We'll just go to the gas station and come back. So we're driving to this gas station. Donovan's in the trunk, and everybody else is in the car, kind of like squished like a fucking clown car. And I'm playing music, all of us are vibing. And little do you know, this undercover cop car is coming up behind us. I didn't even realize that the undercover cop was behind us until a few minutes after, because I was listening to my music and not even paying attention until he like turned on his lights. And then next thing you know, I'm getting pulled over. So I pull over, I pull into like this bank parking lot, literally a parking lot right before the gas station. And the cop walks up to my door and he's like,
Geez, you have a lot of people here.
I'm like, yeah, we're just going to the gas station real quick, because we didn't feel like walking here, because it's a bit of a walk if we didn't drive. And he's like,
Well, there's too many people in the car. You cannot have this many people in the car.
I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like,
Well, half of them don't even have seatbelts on.
and I was like, yeah, I know, I'm very sorry. And he's like,
You have 4 people in the back, 1 person in the trunk.
And I'm like, what do you mean a person in the trunk? Trying to play stupid and trying to play like there's nobody in the trunk. And he's like,
There's a person in the trunk.
I'm like, no, there isn't. And he's like,
Open the trunk for me.
so next thing you know, I open the trunk. And there's Donovan hotboxing the trunk, hitting his cart. And the cop opens the trunk and there's just smoke flying out of the trunk. And then there's Donovan. And then the cop was like,
Do you want to explain this?
and I was like, I don't really know what to say because the cop already caught us. The cop already saw how many people were in the car and the kid in the trunk. And Donovan was hotboxing the trunk. I didn't even know that Donovan was hotboxing the trunk back there whenever the cop opened it. But anyways, so the cop had us all get out. And not to be racist or anything, like I'm not a racist person at all or nothing, but Charles and Cameron were black. And the cop only searched Cameron and Charles, which I think is pretty fucking racist, but besides the point. So the cop had us all out of the car, searched Cameron and Charles, and the cop searched the car as well to see if there's anything else in there. And he found a couple of vapes, you know, and then he found weed on Charles, and they actually called Charles' dad to come get him, and Charles' dad was not happy to hear that. So Charles' dad came and got him, and then the cop came over to me, asked me for my license, and I only had my permit at the time. I didn't even have my license, so I only had my permit. So that made it even worse for me. And the cop was like,
Oh, you only have your permit, and you have this many people in the car? And somebody in the trunk? That's very fucking stupid.
and I'm like, yeah, I know this is very stupid of me. But he had us all sit down on the curb, and we pretty much just waited until he gave me the tickets that I was supposed to get for, you know, having too many people in the car, not having people wearing seatbelts, having somebody in the trunk, me only having my permit, and, you know, just a bunch of tickets that racked up. But yeah, pretty much after he gave me the tickets, he had everybody that wanted to walk back to the beach, and I was with Cameron and Aiden, and I had to have somebody come, either pick me up or somebody that has a license that can be with me to drive the car back home or back to DJ's house. So we're calling up a couple people. I called my mom's at work. Aiden called his dad didn't answer him, and Cameron called a couple people. Eventually Cameron got a hold of his cousin, and his cousin came down there. He's like 24. His cousin was like,
What the fuck is going on?
and the cop explained to him what happened, and his cousin was like,
Tony, you're stupid as hell.
and I was like, yeah, I know, I've heard that one before. But his cousin came, the cops left, and then I got into his cousin's car, left my car there for a little bit. His cousin drove us back to the beach, and then his cousin had me, Cameron, and Aiden walk back to my car so I can drive it away. No joke. He didn't take us to my house, he didn't take us to DJ's house, he just said,
He's gonna drop us off at the beach, and you can walk back to the car and figure it out.
so we're like, alright, that's cool. So we walk back to the car, get back in my car, drive away, still driving legally like an idiot. And anything in the story time, do not pile a bunch of people in your car, do not put somebody in your trunk, and do not drive on your permit illegally without somebody having a driver's license or 18 or older, or 21, is it? 18 or 21, whatever it is, do not drive illegally. And then yeah, so pretty much we drive back to DJ's house, we tell DJ the story, what just happened, and he's like,
Holy shit, you guys are dumb. I'm kinda glad I didn't go.
and I'm like, yeah. And yeah, pretty much Cameron and Aiden left. Me and DJ just chilled at his house for a little bit. I left his house and went back home. But yeah, guys, it's pretty much the story time of how my friend got in trouble, being in the trunk, and then the cops caught him. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you guys did enjoy, as always, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next story time. Peace.